Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. Y'all know we do the Sunday sermon, but we also talk about other things now on Sundays. It's just become a regular video day. So, in the last week or two, I've noticed that a lot of guys are being inconsistent. They flopping all over the place in regards to this talk about women. I'm noticing that. And here's why I think the number one reason. Because a lot of people, okay, for instance, I'm going to explain it to you in a simple way. On YouTube, right? You can go to YouTube Studio and look at your analytics and you can know what age groups are watching your videos, what genders are watching your videos, right? Now, here's what some guys are doing. When they see a massive drop on either side, like for instance, if they see a drop in the number of guys just watching their content, now they'll start trying to get a little more aggressive and talk about how these women don't marry these women. Which one is it? Which one is it? Is it don't marry these women or is it marry these women? Because if you flopping what you say, if your real reason, like people don't know your reason, but you know your reasons as content creators. If your real reason for changing your tune is you trying to appeal, you trying to find out where the money at, that's a symptom of being a grifter. When you come on YouTube, you're supposed to say it how you feel it, say it how you know it. You say it how you feel it, and you say it how you know it. No matter what it is, you try to be careful how you say it so you won't get demonetized. But when you keeping it real, you gonna say it how you feel it and you gonna say it how you know it. You ain't gonna worry about demographics, people who not watching your videos or offending people. You gonna say it how you feel it, you gonna say it how you know it. A lot of y'all, I've heard you. I've heard you recently. I've heard you in the past. Criticize preachers for money grabbing. Are you money grabbing? Is that what you up to? See, that's listen, man. I really want the best for people, and I got another video that I did last night that'll probably be loaded on there today. But I want the best for people, but like when I was in corrections down there in Texas, I told them guys, I would did my hand like this. I said, y'all two all over the place with me. I can't deal with it. Y'all two all over the place. And that's how people be. And yes, people are being demonetized. They are. But if you can't be democratic with the speech, freedom of speech, unless you are a Democrat. If you're a Democrat, okay, you're a Democrat. You don't believe in freedom of speech. But what people do is they try to play both sides. Like, they try to be Democratic one day on an issue, then on the next day they being conservative. You two all over the place for me, man. You two all over the place. Now, again, all I gotta do is look at who agree with you. If a person that is a hit dog, if they getting hit, say, well, I agree with this person. What'd that tell you? If the hit dogs agree with you, then if they didn't agree with you last week, but they agree with you today, you already know what time it is. You already know where you at on that issue. The hit dogs are supposed to disagree with you. Let me give you an example. So we talk a lot about marriage and dating on YouTube. If you have this is what women want to believe. And I'm going to tell you, I had a conversation about this earlier. This is what they want to believe. They want to believe that they don't have to do anything but be there. That's not all of them, but that's a lot of them. when they had to work, when they had to help you, when they had to be a team player, it don't feel good for the majority of them. Now, some of them, they don't care because that's what they want to do. You can't say, I'm bashing women, is that listen to my videos. But the fact of the matter is that most of them just want to be there and not have to do anything. That ain't what the Bible teach. So they get to calling people bums and stuff. So let's break that down as well. You're not a bum because you had a failure to launch. You tried to launch. You're a bum if you don't try. That's what makes people a bum. You're a bum if you don't try. If you try and you have failures, that don't make you no bum. You just got to keep trying. Giving up makes you a bum. So this is what people do. This is what preachers do. This is what content creators do. What they do is when they make it, now they become extra critical and kind of lose sight of where they were. For instance, any of you content creators that your wife pays just as many bills as you, or your wife pays some bills that you wouldn't be able to pay if she didn't, how you gonna get on here and talk about other dudes living off of women? Where if you have a guy that knows he's paying all the bills, so he tries something to make it easier for himself and he fails, how's that a bum? That's a lot of the guys you're talking to. Y'all think everybody on YouTube is just sitting at home eating cereal and playing Call of Duty while they women at work. You know why you want to believe that? Because you want to put yourself over them. That's why you want to believe that. Now, it may be true, but I guarantee you it ain't true in more cases than it's not true. Like, for instance, I guarantee you all of these guys is not just sitting at home eating cereal and eating Doritos, playing Call of Duty all day while they girl at work. It's some isolated incident, I guarantee you, man. Most of these guys live by themselves, or they going on the bills with each other. They both going on the bills. People, man, y'all just don't know, man. That's why I come after you. I come after you because I know it's guys out there with situations similar to mine. When I hear guys, this situation ain't similar to mine, try to talk like they know, like they done felt this situation, like they done felt where if you don't pay the bills, they don't get paid. Come on, man, get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that. I'm not gonna sway to either side. I'm not gonna cater to men. I will speak up for them in situations that I felt and that I know about. Like I say, you gotta say it like you know it and like you feel it. But all you gotta do is watch my videos and you know that I hold everybody accountable, including myself. I've told y'all things on my videos that I shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have. But I'm just real like that. See, some of these people, man, I'm starting to see more and more that some of these people, they not consistent. Like, if you not being all the way real, but you being consistent, I can still deal with you. I can still deal with you. I don't like giving people their props that don't give me mine, but I gotta talk about some consistent creators. Coach Greg is consistent. What he talks about is consistent. His delivery is consistent. How he thinks in his personal life, I don't know him like that, but I know what I've heard him say. He's consistent. Dr. BOA is consistent. Black Ram, General Tito, consistent. They know. Everybody knows that Women don't do nothing but spend money. But I'm gonna tell you something though. I know channels that try to cater to women that bash men. Men that bash men. Mr. Let Go bashes men. I've heard Angry Man do it, but Angry Man lately, other than that pearly stuff, a lot of stuff he kind of like down the middle on. He can be inconsistent at times. Sometimes he has been more consistent than some of these other dudes though. You can't 1 week say, man, don't marry any of these women. They recreational use, they this, they that. And then the next week, you done switched up. It make me think you on medication or something, like you bipolar or something. The inconsistencies can't be that great, man. When you dealing with people's lives, man, like they'll start, you know what, I rock with such and such. And you'll be speaking on their situation just like it is. And then you'll go all the way to the left. Y'all be messing people up with that, I'm telling you. You better off just being down the middle the whole time. And let's talk about this purple pill thing, because you say not women are all, like, let's say you say there's unicorns out there. That don't make you purple pill. That don't. That means that you know that every woman is different. You still could be red pill, or you still could be out of the matrix. If some of y'all don't like hearing about the pills. If you say, well, I know how these women tend to be. 10, keyword. So I'm not gonna put myself at risk. But the whole time, you observing, you seeing what's out there, you meeting people, you ain't being mean to them. See, people think that's the same thing they say about the Rainbow Group. Because you don't agree with them and you might speak how you feel it, does not make you a basher. People will say you bashing just to make themselves seem like they win in the conversation. They'll say, just like, okay, if you have a debate about the scripture, people will say, man, you a Bible thumper. You trying to if you trying to warn them, or you trying to do the things the scripture tell you to do, they say you're a basher because they can't think of nothing else to say. That's human nature. That's why I tell y'all all the time, don't get off into any of these people like that. They too all over the place. They gonna confuse the hell out of you. I'm the best on YouTube, but you all over the place. Man, get out of here, man. Trying to hear that, man. Well, I don't believe in doxing. And then you dox somebody. Get out of here. You believe in it. If you didn't believe in it, you wouldn't have did it. This is the point I'm making. We gotta be more consistent. Y'all should feel bad about being hypocritical. You should feel bad about being hypocritical. And don't be one of the people to say this. Well, I know I ain't doing this. So now, because you ain't doing it, you don't want to confront what's wrong? Remember the 2 thieves on the cross? What the one say? He said, we deserve to be up here. That's the attitude you should have. That's why he told them, you shall be with me in paradise. Now, if it happened, if it didn't happen, it happened. It don't matter. The lesson was learned. That's what y'all do. This is what people do too. What they can't see, what they can't touch, they say is not there. This is why the relationship talk is a grip for some and is real for others. If your wife at home listen to everything you say, why are you talking about it? submit to everything you say. Anytime you want sex, she give it to you. Why are you talking about this stuff? I thought initially it was to help men. You don't agree with it. You telling your wife in secret. I just be saying that because I know that's what's getting views. You're a grifter. You telling your girlfriend, I know that's what get views. You're a grifter. You ain't real, man. Stop telling people you real because you not. If you do anything, if you say stuff that you wasn't saying before for money or to change your demographics, you grifting. That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. When you say something new, it should be something you just learned or something that clicked in your mind. It shouldn't be with a little sneaky ulterior motive, interior, ulterior, whatever. But that's what's going on, y'all. That's what these guys doing. Anybody that says they not in the manosphere, they not a part of the manosphere, they not red pill. Like if you say something like, I'm black pill, I'm not red pill. Okay, you still in the manosphere. But if you try to act like, man, I don't agree with none of that, I ain't with none of that. Okay, why are we hearing from you then? Talk about something else. I can't, man, listen. Anybody that know me will tell you about me. That's one of the ways that we gonna fall out. Anybody that know me will tell you that. You wanna fall out with me, you can be two-faced it. That's the quickest way. Being two-faced it is the quickest way to fall out with me. 1 minute, you like, okay, let's say you my woman. Let's say I give it to you from this standpoint. You talking to other guys, flirting with other guys, and I find out that's the quickest way to fall out with me. You telling me one thing 1 minute, then the next minute you going against everything you've been telling me for years. That's how you fall out with me. I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about other dudes. That's how you fall out with me. By being sneaky, by being two-faced it, by trying to act like you understand stuff that you don't. That's how you fall out with me. By acting like you better than me. I ain't talking about other dudes right now. I'm talking about me, myself. That's how you fall out with me. I don't know about other people, but that's how you fall out with me. Now going back to what I said, you got to say it how you feel it and how you know it. That's how you fall out with me. Ask anybody, ask any of my childhood friends. They'll tell you. Anybody that done dealt with me extensively. I don't be playing all those games, man. I'll accept practically anything that you say in terms of who you are. As long as I know that you keeping it real. Like for instance, if a rainbow person show me respect and they tell me flat out, well, this is what I am. Okay, that's you. It's not me, but it's you. I deal with them as such. I won't have nothing to say. As long as they don't come to me, I believe you should be one of them. Like, wait a minute now. Now you don't went overboard. Just like politics. If you agree with me, but have an emotional reason to disagree with me, that's how you fall out with me. One particular guy, we stopped being friends because he couldn't explain and he couldn't show me why I should vote for Democrats. But he tried to bash me for not voting for him. And other stuff too. Man, listen. Stop speaking on what you don't feel or know about. It's better. People got to learn how to stay out of stuff. Well, I don't like these groups, but I don't like Christians. I like Christians even less. So you join in at work laughing and ridiculing Christians. That's that stuff I'm talking about. That right there. I'm tired of people doing this stuff, man. It's weak. You too old for that, man. And like I say, when the hit dogs agree with you, you know, the women who are not team players, the women who don't have sex, but yet demand faithfulness or cry and run off, grab their bags and go to their mama house if you smash somebody else. When they agree with you, you know you ain't saying something right. When the women who are guilty of these things agree with you, not being submissive. And then, matter of fact, let's go here. If you in a relationship, you supposed to submit. Stop telling these women not to submit to guys because of their economic status. If you take it, okay, here's what you supposed to do. You supposed to say, I'm not marrying him. He ain't got enough going for himself, and break up with him. Not cheat on him. Like I heard Ringo say last night, and I'm going to say his name. Man, I don't agree with what you were saying. Some of them. These women cheat because they want to cheat. The majority, 90-something% of the time, they cheat because they want to cheat. Now, let me tell you about my situation. Because, see, people get to talking. I was going to work third shift. Slaving at night. Can't stay woke. Drinking energy drink. The problems started to rise around that time. Before the money problems. I don't agree with you on that, man. Women cheat when they want to. A woman that don't want to cheat, no matter what, she not gonna cheat. Y'all telling these women to submit to who doing this. No, do what you should be telling them. Do not marry a guy that's doing that. The signs is usually there. Don't marry no guy that's not doing what he's supposed to do. When you marry him, you know you're supposed to know that things might change. You don't stop being who you are when they change. Well, she cheating on you at work because you ain't. Nah, you gonna do that? See, this is what I be saying. People don't be keeping it real out here. You gonna do that, then what you should do is break it off. But they ain't gonna do that though. See, y'all taking up, and I'm not talking about him in particular, because I've heard both sides from him. He does sometimes though. Last night he was a little bit. But when this is what you gotta realize, man. When you marry somebody, you can't, as a woman, you can't say, well, he ain't doing this, so I went and I got banged by somebody else. No, dude. If you understand, there ain't no excuses for no woman to get. Do you know how much a woman has to take her bra off? Even if she just take her clothes off at the bottom. You know how much work that is? She got to pull her legs out. She wanted to do it. It ain't got nothing to do with what he's doing and what he's not doing. See, this is the problem I have with a lot of those preachers. They think that they speaking to everybody's situation by saying one thing. Some things, if you don't know how to touch on them, you shouldn't touch on them. Y'all got to keep it real on these YouTube, man. People that came to me, man, I gotta have a better year next year, or I don't know if I'm gonna make it and stuff like that. And then they hear y'all fueling their anger. Man, don't you know it's the guys out there that did everything they were supposed to do? And still, like, I gave a dude a Lyft ride. Everything they were supposed to do, and they woman becomes rainbow. Some of y'all would say, oh, well, you weren't throwing the thing right, or you weren't handling your business right. You shouldn't be saying that. You should be saying, maybe it was because of this. Perhaps it was because of that. Y'all just throw it out there. You can't control the emotions of a woman. That's why guys is on here saying it's not that I don't believe the main reason is they bashing. I don't believe the main reason is they bashing. I believe the reason is because they looking for answers. They looking for answers. Just like, okay, for instance, Dr. BOA made a video about Leslie Jones, right? Let's look at some of the other stuff people say. Leslie Jones came out and bashed the passport brother, bashed his, but he can't get it up. We don't know what Leslie Jones does or don't do during sex. And I'm one of the ones that think that sometimes the ones that's less attractive be having the most to give. She comes on there complaining about guys not being able to get it up, and this, that, and the other. It's a lot of reasons. She said McDonald's. McDonald's don't cause that. McDonald's, shockingly, I agree with Ocho Cinco on that. I believe that sometimes when you balance out good foods and bad foods, your body responds with strength. Whereas if you eat all bad or you eat all healthy, I don't think your body's gonna respond with strength. So she comes out and she says, well, these guys, they don't know how to F right. Now that right there is a hit dog. And it's a hit dog that's making excuses for biting the master. Well, he touched my bowl. So you bit your own master? Because your master touched your bowl? Your loyalty is fake. In some cases, a dog will bite you because their loyalty is fake. They only loyal to get what they want. And that's how a lot of these guys on YouTube, and their loyalty is fake. All I gotta do is go to your comments. Why aren't you responding? So I disagree with him on that, on some other points too, but I do understand the majority of what he was saying. Women don't cheat because of anything with men. They do it because they slutty. They do it because they 304s. They do it because they want you to be monogamous while they be poly. Oh, and then when they get caught, oh, well, I only did this because, no, you did it because that's what you wanted to do. If you ain't had that many bodies, sometimes women get curious. That ain't the remedy. I'm not saying look for a woman with a bunch of bodies, because you definitely putting yourself at risk. But for you to think because she ain't have a lot of bodies, it could be because you had the clamps on her and you caught her at the right time. But if she's really like that, then when she doesn't have you, she won't start collecting bodies then. A lot of them, they body count tally up once they get divorced or break up. When the action comes, is the thought didn't just start. The thought was already there. That's why the Bible says casting down imagination. You can't say that a woman is not submissive because of a man's economic status or because of she think he lazy or something like that. She does those things because that's what she wanted to do anyway. She found an excuse to do it. Character is not built or destroyed. Well, character is not built merely by a person change of action. If a person has character and something changes, their character is going to cause them to mosey on through that. If a person is pretending to have character, then every little thing that happens or is said is going to change everything. She get in an argument with her husband at home a couple days. Now she at work flirting with guys. It's because she thought she wanted to flirt with those guys anyways. And like I said, I could bring up my own situation. I don't put everything on here, but if you want to tap in at third shift, on third shift, doing what I do, flirting with, come on, man. I don't even want to be like that because it's not necessary. What I want to do is just keep showing y'all the wisdom that I have, that I've gained in terms of women. It's not bashing. It's not bashing. Because sometimes the red flags was there, you just didn't want to see. Always, okay, like if your girl, every time you look up, some dude that like her is in her face, that's a red flag. If she can't get them out her face, that's showing you what could possibly happen down the line. If she, okay, in terms of entitlement, watch this. This is why you got to gain wisdom. You can't be blind and you can't let these women manipulate you or brainwash you. Let's say, for instance, I gave you that example. Let's say that your girlfriend, your wife, does something that she gets upset when you do it. You better put her in her place. I'm telling you, you better put her in her place. If she get mad when you look at women, then when you around, when you not around, she shouldn't be looking at men or talking to them. If she get mad when you talking to a woman too much, then when you around, when you not around, she shouldn't be doing it. You better nip that in the bud. One of the main things, and I'm gonna talk about this probably today. One of the main things you better nip in the bud if you choose to have a relationship is their double standard. And do not feel sorry for them when you do it. Because that double standard, that's one of the main things that will come back to haunt your butt. I'm telling you now. You better not go for no part of it. If you gotta listen, and if you the type that never wants to argue, do not get no relationship, because you have to argue with these women. All of them. There's no way you cannot argue. They gonna punk you, man. And some of them arguments gonna be in front of the kids. Everybody can't go outside. Now I could tell you something you could do. If you having an argument, you could have it over text. But I think your kids should see you argue sometimes. It's just a way to do it. Don't get to insulting each other, because I'm going to tell you something else that happens. You get to putting, and this don't really apply to women. This is men. When you get to putting your husband down in front of them kids going to start acting different. You can't, listen, man. They're going to start acting different. If you talking in their ear more than he is, they're going to start acting different. That's one of the most unwise things that a woman can do to her boyfriend or her husband. You got kids, you don't talk down on them in front of your kids. Not without no explanation. People, and if, okay, another thing. If you think we'll come back. I got to make a whole nother video. So we will come back to it.